Everybody, welcome back, football fam. It's time for this Week 9 Big 12 roundup. We're going to go over some games, some storylines, and what's to come in the Big 12. Exciting week for the Big 12 this week. Let's say we start this thing off with our QB watch battle matchup for the Big 12, BYU at Iowa State. Both quarterbacks delivered in this one, in my opinion. Bear Bachmeier, 307 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 44 yards rushing, and another touchdown. Rocco Beck, over 300 yards passing and a touchdown. He did have the career high 3 NITs. Just real quick on the quarterback battle alone, what do you think of these two guys?
Well, it was clear. It was clear this week that one of them has more weapons than the other. Rocco, I'm sorry, but I know you're trying to be either humble or nice, but you need to tell them you need some help. Because, buddy, it's showing.
They actually had a meeting in the bye week where he opened up about having to find trust with some of the wide receivers. They talked about different concepts of different parts of the year, but they've been off the same page in the passing game with the wide receivers. I don't know if he did that with the tight ends. I think the tight ends are pretty solid.
The tight ends are good.
I think he just did. I think wide receivers where he had the issue with and with the trust with them. They did have a 24-10 lead at one point in this game, so they were getting it done. Then the turnover started happening. They had the botch punt that got. I mean, it wasn't even a botch punt. It just hit the guys. It bounced the wrong way. Bounced off of Iowa guys' foot while he was blocking.
It happens.
BYU would go score. Freak score, but it just came down and scored automatically. Then they had the pick. BYU took advantage of that. Another score. All of a sudden, wide open ball game.
So is this BYU defense real?
Could be. I will say this: Carson Hansen, questionable to play. He did play. He had a really big game, man, for Iowa State. 16 carries, 152 yards, 2 touchdowns. He showed up. Big Citrus on the defensive side of the ball, defensive tackle. Not sure he showed up, so let's talk about him later. Big tight end Benjamin Bremer. What you gonna say? He had 5 catches for 75 yards. He showed up. So it's like guys are starting to show up finally for Iowa State, but it's their third loss. BYU got the dub in this one. They ran away with this game late, 41-27. Can't say too much about Bear. BYU 14-game winning streak, scoring 30 points or more.
That's impressive.
Yeah. 8-0 back-to-back seasons now for BYU.
That's impressive.
They building a legit team out here, man. Solani Hakiki, whatever how you say his last name. Should you still ain't be giving this guy a call?
Yeah, definitely. They should give anybody a call.
2 wide receivers over 100 yards. Shout out to Chase Roberts and Parker Kingston for BYU.
That's impressive. I couldn't tell you who these guys were at the beginning of the year, but now I can.
BYU third win this season after trailing by multiple scores on the road.
That is 2 weeks in a row.
So this BYU team, man, hey, they are a force to be reckoned with, man. So just some talking points on this game. Does this team have to win the Big 12 to get in? Like, if BYU slips up and loses a regular season game, do they go to the Big 12 championship? Do they have to win the Big 12 championship to get in?
My heart says no. My brain says yes, because they're not in the SEC. They didn't start the season off ranked, which is crazy. So
I don't think anybody starts the season off ranked.
So that's just one thing. Like with BYU, you could have made a case that should have been there last year, but we know how the bias is. They want teams that people want to watch, but if you really want people to get into football, put the teams on that they should watch. So if they win out, if they win the conference, they automatically get it. But if they happen to lose in the conference game, they should still get it, in my opinion.
How about this? BYU wins out, loses a title game. Do they get in over Georgia?
They should. They should. But will they? I'm gonna let you answer that. Will they?
I don't think so. They should.
Don't Georgia have 2 losses?
Georgia has 1.
Oh, it's Ole Miss.
Ole Miss has 1.
That's what
They get their own Ole Miss.
Yeah. Okay.
But let's say Georgia and Ole Miss don't go to the title game, so they only have 1 loss. BYU goes to their title game.
That's their only
loses
loss.
to Texas Tech, their only loss. Do Georgia and Ole Miss jump a BYU?
They will.
Or Vanderbilt jump a BYU?
Vanderbilt shouldn't. But
it's gonna come down to how many teams SEC get in there.
That's what you can say. How many teams in the ACC?
I think the ACC gets
3.
2.
Big 2.
2. That's it.
So
max.
Does the Big 10 only get 2?
Big 10 gets 3.
I don't think they deserve that 3rd team though. But that's just me.
It's really gonna come out what happened with Notre Dame. Somebody needs to beat Notre Dame. If no one beats Notre Dame, man, there's no spot open for.
Yeah, so BYU got to win. BYU got to go undefeated. They literally have to go undefeated.
I think the Big 12 gets 1. I hate to say it, but it's how it's gonna shake out. It's gonna be tough, man.
I'd rather watch Houston than Notre Dame.
You really like Houston?
I'd rather watch Houston in the playoffs than Notre Dame.
Houston could get there.
Maybe.
I think they technically could get there. They could win the Big 12. I know we talked about it, but Kalani Siteki, did he possibly going to UCLA? They need to give him a call. The man career coaching record is 80-43 at BYU.
That's impressive.
80-43 at BYU. That's wild. He's been there 10 years at 2 losing seasons. 2. 5-2 in bowl games.
I mean, these are guys that teams should call, but they want people with big names. So.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Brad Berkmeyer, could he be? I know we talked to you about Diego Pavia, and I talked to you about somebody else. I can't remember now. But who's the other quarterback? You think he can get an invite to New York for the Heisman?
No.
Haven't been that kind of year.
Nah.
Okay, I'm just interested.
I mean,
but he is still your top freshman.
Right now, yeah, he's still the best freshman quarterback in college football right now.
He has also jumped to my number 1 freshman quarterback over Malik Washington as well.
Well, because Malik fell apart. Well, I'm not gonna say he fell apart. The team fell apart.
Yeah, the team fell apart. I think it's a team effort there. Team effort will fall apart on that one.
And then Bryce still don't look good to me.
We're gonna get to Bryce a little later. In another video, we're gonna get to whatever it was Bryce did. But is the talent level? Let's switch this thing to Iowa State real quick. Is the talent level pro ready, or is it even equivalent to any kind of pro level team in Iowa State? Like, I think of a guy like Dominic Orange, aka Big Citrus, they call him. D-tackle guy. I thought he's one of the best D-tackles in the nation coming into the year, but he's been really quiet this year. I think he missed a couple games at some point. He has like 1 sack on the year, I think. I don't think he has a sack this year. I don't think he has a sack this year.
It's hard for D-tackles to get sacks, though, so I look more like at pressures.
Is it, though?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I mean, it's depending on D-tackle yard, but I think he's more of a gap. He's like a gap specialist guy.
I think he's a run stopper.
Yeah, but I think he looked more dominant last year than he does this year. I think look at a guy like Carson Hansen, that running back. He has 95 carries for 500 yards, 4 touchdowns. Hanson's
going to be playing on Sundays.
Carson's going to be playing on Sundays?
Hanson's definitely going to be playing on Sundays.
Okay. I don't think the guy gets drafted, but
I think he's a day 3 guy.
See, what about Chase Sewell, the wide receiver, man? He 27 targets, 16 catches, 279 in the touchdown.
No receiver on that team is getting drafted.
Okay, I didn't think so.
But you got to think about it too. They had 2 receivers get drafted last year. by the same team, which is still crazy. But
I would say that they do a lot of multiple tight ends. They do 3-4 tight ends on the field at a time, which is crazy.
I noticed that.
I would say they got Big Ben out there, number 18. He has 29 catches for 298 yards, 3 touchdowns. They also got Gabe Urkel. He's number 84, I think. He's pretty solid. They got Moore. He's number 82. He's pretty. All these guys are like 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah, they're huge.
So I think those guys might be guys that could be playing in the NFL in one day. I mean, I look at Big Ben. He's like he could be a Josh Whyle type of guy. You know, big physical tight end. Maybe he gets on the right team. He can get in the game and just run. So
you on Titans?
Yeah, he was on the Titans. Let's talk about Rocco Beck. 3-game losing streak. Was Rocco Beck as good or better this year, or is he worse than he was last year?
I can't say he's worse because, like I said, both his receivers got drafted. Like his 2 top receivers got drafted to the NFL, and they didn't replace them. So that makes it hard for a quarterback to improve his level of play when he can't pass the ball.
And I think with all the stuff that's happened. Oh, go ahead.
I think it says more about him winning these first 4 games with the no help he didn't have than because he was carrying his team. I guess they finally figured out that he was doing all the work, so their defense started playing him different. So
I guess his arms got tired.
Yeah, it looked like it had. He's been off target a lot.
With all the things that have been said about Rocco Beck this year, look at his stuff in 2024 and 2025. Completion percentage in 2024, 59%. 2025, 65%. So passing yards, average yards per pass, 2024, 7.7. 2025, 8.1. So both of them's going up. Interceptions in 2024, he had 9. This year, he has 6. Of course, there's got 4 more games to go, but
yeah.
You know, he had 3 interception games. Till this game, he was taking care of the ball.
Yeah. He doesn't put the ball in harm's way. He's a great quarterback. It's just the level of help on the outside is not there for what you need in the conference.
Right. He had, 7 rushing touchdowns last year? 7 rushing touchdowns this year. So, despite what you think might be happening with Rocco Beck, he is still a great quarterback, y'all. This guy needs a little bit more attention. I think there's not enough people talking about this guy. They're really looking to Rocco Beck. Let's just table that. Let's switch up to another game in the Big 12. Another interesting matchup: Kansas State, Kansas, and the Sunflower Showdown. QB watch party matchup as well. Avery Johnson and Jalen Daniels in this one. This one got out of hand kind of early. Avery Johnson, 231 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, 2 of them which were rushing. Jalen Daniels, not a very good day, 17 for 35, 129 interception. Any thoughts on this matchup?
Man, Jalen Daniels let me down, man. I had high hopes for this guy. In 2 weeks in a row, he has goose eggs. This Kansas team has fallen apart just like it did last year. I guess Neal, the running back from last year, just carries so much weight for that team. So they don't have anybody running the ball this year, which is kind of insane because you got Jalen Daniels back there, so you should have somebody complimentary to him the way he can run some RPO offense. But this Kansas team is not looking good anymore.
Yeah, they're not. I think these 2 teams are going in different directions. I think Kansas State is starting to wake up a little bit, get a little rhythm, kind of look like the team they're supposed to look like, and Kansas is kind of backtracking. Kansas has got to find a way to win this damn game. 17 straight victories for Kansas State in this one. You can't lose 17 straight to the same damn team. I'm sorry. I think Vanderbilt's beat Tennessee in that time frame a couple of times. That's crazy. I think Georgia Tech has beat Georgia at some point.
They beat them last year, I thought.
That's what I'm saying. So you can't lose. You got to find a way to win the game against one of your biggest rivals.
17 years is crazy.
That is wild, man. We talking 2008. That's 7 whole head coaches ago for Kansas. 7 head coaches. Let that sink in, y'all.
I think winning this game should get you an extension by default.
Lance Leopold said he was embarrassed at the outcome of the game. They lost 42-17. I don't know what to say about that.
I mean, Jalen Daniels probably going to the NFL draft this year, so I guess you got to start thinking about life after him.
Yeah, Jalen Daniels playing quarterback, NFL?
Scout team.
I think he has a future. I think he probably switch. I hate to be the guy to say it. I think position switch would do some good for him. Just look at both these teams 4-4. Think they're going bowling?
No.
Neither
one. I mean, are we talking about like just a bowl game or a good bowl game?
Just a bowl game. They just got to win 6 games.
Yeah,
Kansas State. Both 4-4.
Kansas State's going bowling. Kansas, not so much.
I think Kansas State gets in there somehow. Let's switch it up. Let's move on to another game of the Big 12. We got Baylor and Cincinnati. Brendan Sorby outdoes Sawyer Robertson. Can't believe I just said that. But Baylor and Cincinnati. Cincinnati showing some solid defense out there this week, slowing down that Baylor passing game. Sawyer Robertson came in leading the nation in passing yards and passing touchdown, was held to 137 yards. Your thoughts on Baylor, Cincinnati?
Cincinnati's defense is a lot better than what people give credit for. Like, and this Sorsby guy came out of nowhere because I noticed him there. We were watching the Iowa State game, and he was dotting the Iowa State's defense up. So I started paying a little bit more attention to him, and I think I saw a stat where he's like the only quarterback with like 15 touchdowns and no interceptions or something like that. So it's either I think it was him. That's impressive. So Cincinnati, you got yourself a quarterback.
Yeah, man. They jumped out early. I think Baylor was down 24-0, like almost at the half. They did kind of jump back in it for a little while, but Cincinnati ran right back off on them. Cincinnati, you said their defense is impressive. I think Cincinnati run game needs some notice. They had 265 on the ground as well, so they playing solid defense. They have a solid run game. Cincinnati only has 1 loss. Big 12, very interesting conference. Where would you rank Cincinnati? Big 12.
Probably 4. Well, are we like right now, or like is Sam Levy gonna play and Morton gonna play? Like is that?
Morton is healthy. They said Morton could have played this week, but they felt good with 2 quarterbacks they had, and they just want to rest them for another week. So with quarterback getting hurt, Morton will probably start this coming week.
Yeah. So what about Sam Levitt?
Does it matter without Jordan Tyson?
No, but I mean, if Jordan Tyson, Sam Levitt, I mean, I'm putting them over Cincinnati, but I guess I'm putting Cincinnati at 4 by default because I think it's BYU, Houston, and Texas Tech.
So Houston is 2, Texas Tech is 3.
Yeah,
Cincinnati is 4.
Well, by default, yeah.
So that means your 5th is Utah?
Guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they won in dominant fashion.
Or TCU. TCU was 6-2.
Utah. TCU still hasn't impressed me.
Hey, this conference,
that's
man,
a strong 5.
Not getting enough credit.
That's a strong 5.
Not getting enough credit for this conference, man. They need some more eyes on them. They impress me every week. I mean, it's an interesting game in the Big 12 every single week. Crazy storylines. There are some crazy good teams at the top of this conference. I still only think they get 1 team in, and I don't think it's fair at all. I don't think it's fair at all. Cincinnati, by the way, tied for first place in the Big 12 with BYU.
Because they're undefeated in this conference, right?
Yeah, undefeated in conference play. Real quick, let's touch on Texas Tech and Oklahoma State. Will Hammond got the start. He ended up getting the second start. Unfortunately, he suffered a knee injury in the second quarter, and he's out for the season. And went to third stringer Matt Griffiths. He came in for relief. They still got the win. 42-0. This was Oklahoma State we talking about they playing, so they felt good with their backup and third string quarterback.
That should tell you something.
I just tell you about Oklahoma State. They Morton was healthy. They said we should still give him another. Wasn't no point. Oklahoma State held to 182 yards.
The whole game.
Possibly, this could be the worst team in the country. Name me a worse team than Oklahoma State.
I can't, I guess. I mean, Boston College, maybe?
Yeah, that's pretty good. A pretty good op right there.
I mean, I think Boston College has a win, though.
I think Oklahoma State got a win, don't they?
Do they?
They beat a small school.
Well,
I
think Boston College has a conference win.
Oklahoma State got a win. Oklahoma State was 1-7.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess Boston College. I don't know.
Rank them. Oklahoma State, Boston College, Wisconsin. Go.
That's not fair. I guess Wisconsin is the least of them. That's the worst, I guess.
Man, Wisconsin went 30 straight possessions without a touchdown. They scored their first touchdown in the fourth quarter. We're talking about them.
Wisconsin not giving out 42 points, though.
They gave them 42 to Texas Tech. I think Oklahoma's worse than. I think Boston College might be the best of the three. I don't know.
I mean, Boston College has an NFL coach, so I don't know. That should factor in too. They have a coach in the NFL.
I don't know, man, but I don't want to spend too much time with those sorry ass teams.
But I don't even think Ohio State put up 40 on Wisconsin though. That's impressive.
Ohio State held them scoreless and put up 37, I think.
Not 42.
I think they took the foot off the gas. Ohio State's #1 team in the nation. They don't have to beat anybody by 50 freaking points.
I guess.
Texas Tech is on the outside looking in. They got to pound teams while they can because they can win out and still get left out.
Yeah.
So, but speaking of which, you think this team ends up getting left out like Florida State did when their quarterback got hurt?
I think so because that's because you got BYU, Houston, and Cincinnati in front of you. Florida State, they didn't have anybody in front of them. They just left them out.
Man, I sure hate that. This Texas Tech team, magic, man. I want to see them guys in there, but they might be on the outside looking in.
The committee messed up leaving out Florida State because it set a whole different precedent.
I think they did too. Some more things that happened in the Big 12. Utah just pounded the living, you know what, out of Colorado in the first half. It was really bad. They took their foot off the gas. They still won 53-7. Houston picked up another win. They went out down to Arizona State and beat them 24-16. No Jordan Tyson in that game. Arizona State offense looked lost. Last but not least, we had a game from TCU in West Virginia. TCU won 23-17. TCU went in a low-scoring game. Didn't see that on a bingo card. So TCU moved up to 6-2. Coming up this week in the Big 12, you got 7 games. BYU and TCU are on a bye. Everybody else is playing. Key game to look at is going to be Cincinnati, 7-1, number 17 in the nation on the road, at number 24, Utah, 6-2. This is I'm going to call it a playoff eliminator, Big 12 title game eliminator.
Is Utah not ranked?
Huh?
Is Utah not ranked?
24th.
Okay, I'm about to say.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, they 6-2, 24th. They are the home team. I don't think they open up the favorite, though. I will see. But, yeah, that's the game to watch, Cincinnati and Utah. Another game to keep your eyes on. You got Kansas State hosting Texas Tech. Texas Tech 13th, 7-1. Kansas State trying to get bowl eligible 4-4. That's going to be an interesting matchup. I think Morton comes back for that game. You got Iowa State looking to break the 3-game snide, going up against Arizona State. Oklahoma State, 1-7. And Kansas, this could be the game Kansas gets back on track.
or lose.
Loses again. I think they beat Oklahoma State. That team's terrible.
They do got a wide receiver
Houston,
playing quarterback, so
Houston finally ranked y'all 22 in the nation, 7-1. They got a home game against West Virginia. That bodes well for them. If Houston can win, Texas Tech team might be on upset alert. If they lose, and Warner, Utah, Cincinnati loses, sets up well for Houston. They're in the best spot of the weekend in the conference. Other two games is Central Florida at Baylor and Arizona at Colorado. Interesting week in the Big 12 coming up.
Does
What matchup you looking
Colorado win?
Does Colorado beat Arizona?
Yeah.
They need to. They got to. They got to.
Because you told me Colorado was going bowling. I can't see it no more.
They got to win 3 of the last 4. I don't see it either. They got to be Arizona.
I told you I didn't see it.
They got to. Shout out to my boy Dion. Tough year.
I mean,
I couldn't even finish the game, y'all. The first Colorado, I was like, no, I can't stay and watch this shit.
Does Colorado have a quarterback problem?
I think Caden Solomon, I don't think he's the problem. I think he's kind of figured it out, but it's just they got a
you can't figure it out with 18 yards at half, man.
They got an effort problem. The whole team.
So Dion's team not showing effort.
Dion has not been Dion this year. I will say that. He's been a little quiet. They got some stuff going off the field. Like somebody's trying to sue the school because he brought a chaplain in to pray. Just leave the room. Just leave the room.
It's a public university.
Yeah.
You don't have to be there.
The room. You don't have to kneel and pray. That's crazy. I don't understand that. I just think people are doing too much with Dion sometimes. Okay. If I'm Dion, I'm entertaining phone calls on Deion Sanders.
Do you think he gets the phone calls even though the teams right now is not playing as good?
He proved he can win. I mean, he's done. He won at the SWAC. He bought attention
with his kids, though. He proved he can win with his kids. What can he do without your kids?
I guess that remains to be seen.
Let's see.
I mean, he got health issues. I'm giving him a pass this year. He got a lot of health stuff going on.
I'm giving him a pass too.
We're gonna see what next year holds for him. What game are you looking at in the Big 12 coming up this week?
Look at that Houston game, man. Like that's because I'm in Houston. Connor Wingman leaving the SEC, going to Houston. That's impressive. Like he was a starter at Texas A&M. Lost his job to I think Max Johnson. I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, and look at Max Johnson now. So. So shout out to Connor Wingman for giving his draft stock back up.
Yeah. I'm gonna have my eyes set on Cincinnati at Utah. I don't know what to tip off time for that. If it's a late tip, Cincinnati has to go down to Utah and play in the middle of the night. That's gonna be tough for Cincinnati. We'll see how good this team really is. Also, Texas Tech on the road against a Kansas State team that's figuring things out. That should be interesting. Closing things out. Is there a way the Big 12 gets 3?
No. They be lucky to get 1.
They gonna get 1. They gotta make get 1. They be lucky to get 2.
They deserve 3. Hell, they deserve 4. But
I think 4 is a stretch. But I don't think any conference should get 4. That's my opinion. And just to be fair, no one should get over 3, in my opinion.
I don't think if you expand to 12, I don't think you should get over 2.
I can see that as well.
Because you still got those the AAC, you still got those teams you got to consider.
Yeah, you just got a spot. South Florida might have got themselves eliminated losing to Memphis. So,
but Memphis lost the week before that, didn't it? Did Memphis lose the week before that?
Yep.
So who gets in? Because South Florida beat North Texas.
Boise, maybe. They hot. They the ones that haven't lost a game in a while.
UNLV?
They lost 2, I think.
They lost to Boise.
Yeah.
Boise lost to USF.
Yes.
So?
Maybe this thing ain't as over as we thought it was. We might need to be do an American League matchup roundup one day.
Right, have to.
But yeah, that's all we got for the Big 12, y'all. Y'all let us know what y'all think. How many teams from the Big 12 make it to the playoffs? Are y'all gonna be watching that Arizona State and Iowa State game like I am? What do y'all think about Texas Tech on the road against Kansas State? Is Cincinnati in must-win mode against Utah? Is this BYU's conference to win? Do they have to win out to get in? Does Colorado go bowling? How many teams from the Big 12 actually does go bowling? You got Baylor 4-4, Iowa State and Arizona State 5-5, Kansas 4-4, Kansas State 4-4, Colorado 3-5. Those are your legit teams that aren't eligible yet. Could they all get to bowl eligibility? Y'all let me know. Those teams do play together, play each other, so not all those teams are going. I'll leave it to y'all look at the schedules. But that's all we got, man. Ty, you want to close out on anything?
Yeah, BYU should definitely be in the championship. They will be in the championship. They will win the championship. This BYU team is business. They are business.
I tend to agree, man. BYU team is good. I do want to see them. I actually want to see them face Cincinnati for the championship. That should be a good matchup.
I think it's got to be Houston.
I think they play one of those teams for the season though. But that's all we got, y'all. Y'all check us out. We done. We out.